Hey, how are you, everybody? It's your boy, the Train Main. My daddies and gladdies. So it's been about 3.5, maybe 4 weeks since the last update. Gotten a ton of stuff done, a lot of stuff done. So let's just go ahead and jump right on in. So we'll start over at the mine section. As you can see, I've gotten a lot of progress done. So we have our tipple tracks, storage tracks. I'm not sure. Previously I had this building over here. I might still keep it over here. Right now these are for loads or storage, depending on how I want to run operations over here. But as you can see, nice and cleaned up, very much getting there. I'm going to run my loaders, into the mountains, here to here, into the actual mountain. Same thing over here. I probably will keep it down here and might run one more track, I'm not sure. So I've gotten some new switches that I'm going to be putting right there and right here on the inner mains. Reason being is because I've now added a branch line. So the branch line, so the two mains run throughout the tunnel all the way back through. The branch line will come off here, runs all the way down along the mains, and then we'll start over here. So branch, boom, all the way along, and then we'll connect back in that space over there. Reason I did that is so I can run operations at the mine without fouling the mains. So I could be running 2 trains by the mains and then be switching the mine. I added a runaround track to the mine as well. So I can bring in 7 or 8 cars, I'll run around, switch out, storage, blah, 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 come back onto the branch line, main, switch out without fouling traffic, which was suggested to me by several people in my various N-scale and HO groups. And then same thing down here. So the branch exactly will start, wait for traffic to clear. Branch will start right here, shoot off, run along, terminate down there. Or I guess it doesn't really terminate, so to speak. But down here, same thing. Started working on the mill scene, lumber, mill, wood, whatever. This is very rough. If you've watched my videos or follow me on Facebook groups, this is 90% track plan where I want it to be. Just got to work in a few more things. And now I've been aggressively changing, mocking up over here. So again, branch line, and then we have our lead to the, there's going to be loads here, in and out, blah, blah, blah. I'm not 100% decided on how it's going to look, but something similar to this, no runaround or anything. They will shove in. Again, he could shove, run around, forward, reverse, whatever the heck he needs to do, and go from there. So I had to shave, so if you can see it from a distance, obviously it's not super long, but it'll be split into 2 sections with this mountain area separating the two. The mains run along it. I had to shave a little bit over here to make my mine lead longer and then to add the runaround, but I can contour it all in, then fill it in more over here. And then same thing over here. I added these in, and I'll probably come out to about here's what I have earmarked for right now, subject to change. Contour it down. They'll be bringing in logs and processing them out as 2x4s, all that other stuff. So I might even have a little bit of a logging scene over here, like they're based out of here. Logs come in, but they clear cut a little bit over there. So I haven't gotten to the foam work yet. Most of my foam work is in place, including over here. It'll be hilled down and, blah, 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 and you can kind of tell where it's going, as well as over here. You've seen the foam work detail. Up here, just some different little mine scene things I'm working in. Some more parts of the coal tipples and some bumpers. Not sure, I like the Bachmann bumpers because they look more realistic. These Atlas knuckle bumpers. I have a couple down there for relativity, but I'm probably going to get rid of them. I don't really like the realism. I like these a lot. Can paint them yellow or rusty and they'll look nice. So I might get another pack of those. So we'll see where that goes. But like I said, in the meantime, I'm trying to finalize my industry leads and track plans so I can finish gluing down the track before I start the sculpting and scenery around it. Currently, these nails mark where the track is glued, so up to these joiners and up to these joiners, the lead, and then all of this is still loose. All this is still loose. And then I'm glued on the inner here and glued on the inner over here. So while I'm down here, I might as well show you at some point in the future, I don't know how soon, maybe next winter, I'm going to expand the layout. So I'm going to get 2 more sections like this, and then another corner section, maybe a square corner section, and come out this way with the big corner back in. So I figured instead of ripping up all the scenics then, I added the branch line connectivities, whatever you want to call them right now. The switches will stay. I'm not sure how I'm going to put these in. I just have them there for relativity, but once I start to do ground cover and scenics, I don't want to rip it all up. So how it's going to be is just another loop that'll pretty much widen the outer mainline loop. So, you know, it'll come off here, run all the way down, make a U, and then come back in right here. So trains can come out, run that loop, come back in, or come down this way. I can also have trains go on the inner main and outer main, and then still have this segregated and do operations down here. I'm gonna have a little town scene, some more industries. So the switches will stay there, and then it'll just be a loop. But until it splits at the very end, it'll look like another double main, you know, running through the town, a couple of industries and stuff. So kind of got a lot going on, but it's coming together nicely. I'm trying to plan ahead, and that's why I haven't glued everything down and gone crazy, because things change and ideas. Knew I wanted to expand it. Had the extra turnouts lying around, so why not just get them in place now? So again, it'll double main, you know, little towns, some industries, a grain mill, whatever the heck I'm going to do, refinery, and then loop back around, and they'll come back together. So things are going very, very well, though. Very happy with the way things are turning out. I have to shout out again to my HO and N scale groups. So I could also was thinking that as well. Not sure. Kind of like the look of a big, you know, refinery. Then I got all this little stuff I'm gonna, you know, work in. But the tips and tricks from the groups, I've been posting regular updates, and they've been very, very helpful. So I will post this in the groups again. I hope everybody watches to conclusion. You've been very, very helpful. So again, that's kind of it right now. I'm waiting on 2 more number 4 turnouts. So the branch line, I had those 2 switches, which are number 6 turnouts. But off the main straight, they curved too much. So where they were coming here, instead of just, you know, working into it, it was more like an S curve in, which I didn't like. So number 4s for both of those. So the branch line can run almost as much parallel as possible. And then from there, I have a couple more picos on the way, so I can connect the, you know, like I said, you'll see it as it goes along without the turnout numbers and blah, blah, blah. So coming along very nicely, though. Like I said, I've kind of stopped foam work for now, got it to a good place to where now I'm going to try to finalize the track plan. And then I'm going to use my, let's go back to the workbench. I'm going to use my Woodland Scenics foam road bed for most of the, or all of the, this is just a spare piece from the old layout. I saved as much as I could from the old layout, because why not, that could be used. So it'll go, I can just show you right here. It'll go very nicely underneath, and with the way that it lays, it's nice to ballast. One thing I did run into an issue with on the Tibble tracks is that there actually are, if you could see, low-hanging coal tibbles. So as the track sits flat, some of the box cars and stuff I was just running in there, obviously a box car won't go in there, but the tops of them would hang on those tibbles. So what I did was just took some of these, they're called thin skinny sticks or something, I forget, basically just popsicle sticks, but they're rectangular. Cut them to size, and I glued them on the bottom. They're hidden. I can put ground cover and stuff around them so they won't be noticeable, but they'll give me a little bit of extra height on my buildings. You can see them there because it's from the side, but they'll go up nice and flush and give me that extra height. So once I have the Atlas, what do you want to call it? once you have the foam base track bed under there, it's going to raise them up a little more profile, and they still won't hit, which is nice. So I measured that out, and like I said, I can just ground cover and a little bit of dirt, whatever, some coal. So I did that over here, which definitely helped. Like I said, that's why I'm not getting ahead of myself, because things like that are unthought of at the time. Then when you realize it, it could be too late as far as how much scenery you've done. Did the same thing down here. I'm assuming in normal operations, or someone else might use this building for truckloads of wood or a little warehouse. I'm actually going to run a track into it. I'm going to have to Dremel out the door a little bit, but I'm thinking it'll be for gondolas, so I don't have to measure at a certain point based on the foam base that'll be running in as well. So I went ahead and did that here too. So just little things. This weekend, primarily with Corona and all that, I've been cooped up, so to speak, but perfect time to do little model stuff like this. I built this little kit, did some more detailing on the mine scenes. I got some stairs and ladders and handrails, sorry, getting twisted. So just kind of working on some of the finer details. So I'm hoping these switches arrive in the next week or so, get those in, and then I can finish the mains glued down and get the industries and branch line glued down. So about 12 minutes getting up there. So like I said, you can see this is still very rough. I've only been working on this for about 10 days or so. You might have seen it mocked up barely in the last video, but I'm going to kind of run with this now. Might add another service track here or one in between. I don't think I want to do a runaround over here. The runaround over here is nice because the capacity is so much higher with the load/storage tracks. I'll get into cars, amounts, details of all that later. So nice run around here. Gives it more of that yard feel down here. I kind of just wanted to be more just a standalone industry. Bring loads in, shunt them out, bring in the new loads, take away the, you know what I'm trying to say. And then again with the branch lines coming off, started to plan for the expansion eventually, which I know that I'm going to do. Might as well get ahead of myself. I'm going to try and bring them together a little bit more. This is a little wonky for my taste, but I'm going to work it in. So, all right, well, I guess that's about it for now. In the meantime, before gluing any of the main lines down, I ran the trains 200 times, hours and hours, to make sure there was no kinks. The inner main, up until this morning when I took out the number 6 turnouts, I got the number 4s coming. Everything runs fine. Very, 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 very few, if any, derailments. So that's always nice to know too, that your track plan is bulletproof before you glue it down. So I guess that's kind of it for now. So I appreciate you all. Hope you're all being safe and smart during this Corona tragedy, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so trade main. See you guys sooner than later, I hope. Like I said, about 1 video a month. Count on it, maybe more. So, all right, well, train main.